Oti, Tushkahumoc Xelup. I want to talk about a few things today, something that's heavy on my mind, and I think something that a number of people are talking about. They don't know much about it, but they're talking about it. It's called Chevron. Chevron difference allowed government agencies to utilize policy created from within that agency to be utilized to control the masses, to adjudicate without going to court. Basically, Chevron took away the power of the court, made the court acknowledge statutes and congressional acts above law. The courts are designed by Article 3 to uphold the law and to basically govern the law for the United States. Chevron stopped all of that just over 40 years ago. That meant that police officers and police agencies, hospitals, child support agencies, all agencies, they were governed by what's called the Administrative Procedures Act. Administrative Procedures Act. Chevron controlled those things. It gave every agency the right to make its own rules and laws under the Administrative Procedures Act. That's been going on. That's been locking our people up. It's been creating new prisons, new jails, oppressions against the people, all things negative. And believe it or not, I understand that Elizabeth Warren, Democrat, they're trying now to overthrow Chevron. They want to now bring Chevron back. The Democrats are evil people. I think all of them are evil. But these people who call themselves Democrats, they've done so much to hurt us, indigenous people. It appears as though they're trying to do something good by allowing all the migrants to come back home, because this is their home. But it was not done to bring them back home. It was done to hopefully give the Democrats more people that would vote for them to keep them in office to do the foolish things that they've been doing to the population. Similar to Russia or China, sneakily doing these things. Chevron is gone now. With Chevron gone, Justice Roberts, Supreme Court, stated last Thursday that Chevron had contaminated the Administrative Procedures Act. And now that Chevron was gone, the Administrative Procedures Act that governed courts and everything else was now gone. That meant that the courts are now back to common law. That meant that now the courts in the District of Columbia are back to Article 3, full Article 3, where they can adjudicate matters under Article 3. Article 3 is strictly constitutional. The courts in the various states, those are territorial courts. Even the federal courts, they're territorial courts, only designed for that territory. And those judges in those territorial courts can do anything that they want to do. They don't have to uphold the Constitution, which means that they don't have to uphold the law. In the District of Columbia, the courts are designed to strictly uphold the law. They're called Article 3 courts. Article 3 courts only exist in 3 places lawfully. That's the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and Hawaii. The District Court in Puerto Rico is inactive. So is the District Court in Hawaii. Hawaii and Puerto Rico, they're inactive. They have regular territorial district courts or federal courts in those areas. Those are fake courts. Maipuri has been able to file litigation against various government agencies And until last Thursday, when Justice Roberts ruled that the Administrative Procedures Act was illegal, we were about to be thrown out of court. The cases that we filed, they were being kicked under the rug because there's a thing called Westfall, the Westfall Act. Congress put in place the Westfall Act so that we could not sue the government, so that whatever atrocities happen to us, we could not sue the government. The government had what's called immunity. The government no longer has immunity. And with this window open for indigenous people in this country, now is the time to make a claim against the government for crimes against humanity, for apartheid, for all of those vicious things that they've created and they've subjected the indigenous people to, and the other citizenry as well. We have to take this opportunity to move quickly to host and file our litigations while this thing called Chevron doesn't exist anymore. For more than 40 years it existed. Child support is illegal. But under Chevron, the courts or the child support agencies could make up their own rules and make up their own laws and lock you up if you didn't pay child support, or send you no driver's license, or take your children under the Chevron doctrine. With Chevron gone, those child support cases can be removed immediately. And they have to be removed because they were operating under the Administrative Procedures Act. Listen close to my conversation. I'm giving you key bullets as to how you can move your life back into a proper place. Administrative Procedures Act, over 40 years, has governed the law in America. The judges are supposed to govern law. That's what Article 3 says. But that was taken away. It's back in place. It's time for us to utilize that. Utilize the power that the court now has back in its possession. Article 3 courts are the courts for what they call Native Americans and Indians, American Indian, American Aborigine. Not the state courts, because the state courts are not real courts. They're territorial legislative courts. That means that the legislature makes the rules for those courts. But in the District of Columbia, not Washington, D.C., but in the District of Columbia, there's a different process under Article 3 where you can gain your protections. You can gain the right to your land. You can gain the right to your identity that was meticulously stolen from you by the Commerce Department, by the Census Bureau. Because every time they counted you, you had a dollar figure on your head. So they calculated and collected dollars off your name, off of your individual being. This is a construct of identity theft. And the United States is #1 in forced identity. They want everyone to be a U.S. citizen because the U.S. citizens are controlled by policies and by U.S. law. It's an oppressive system. This is the first time that I'm speaking out about this, and you should really listen to what I'm saying, because now is the time. Not next week, not next month, because they're moving now. The Democrats are trying to send us back to Chevron so that they can have these acts, these policies, these statutes in place to oppress the population completely. I encourage everyone to research Westfall, to research the Administrative Procedures Act. We don't have to research Chevron anymore. They're dead for now. That case is dead. It's the Administrative Procedures Act that was influenced by Chevron that's no longer in play. So therefore your rights can be taken back. You can regain those rights that they've taken from you under policy, under legislative rule. This is the time to activate yourself. I'm talking to all of the indigenous people that have come past my way. I'm talking to the indigenous people that have been allowed to return back to America. Those who are called immigrants or migrants. Those people are ancestral, old blood people. And all of us old blood people, this is our territory. Not Africa, not Nigeria, not any country in the place called Africa. And for you people who are talking about reparations, there's no such thing. It's trickerations. They're going to trick you into admitting that you are African American and that you accept this money. And once you accept that money as African American, you are an immigrant. You are from another country. This is not your country at that point. It's a trick. So no amount of money should influence real natural inhabitants, descendants of American Aborigine. No amount of money should trick you into stating that you're African American. There's no such place as Africa. It's a no place. So you become a stateless citizen that anyone can then collect and oppress, suppress, and govern. This is the time to step up to the plate. All these indigenous groups around the country, it's time to clear your brain. It's time for us to operate together. If Maipuri knows how to file suits to protect indigenous people, you should then move to protect yourself, because it's there for you. There's no hesitation for my position in the indigenous movement that says that I'm not supposed to support every indigenous inhabitant in this country. That's my job. That's what I do. So don't hesitate to contact me. Don't hesitate to email me at tushkahumoc@gmail.com. tushkahumoc@gmail.com. Doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, what tribal group you're with. If you need the support and understanding as to how you can file tort, don't hesitate to contact me, because I'm going to give it to you freely, because the time is now. The time is now for everything to be given back to the indigenous people of this country. I thank you for giving me this moment to vent about Chevron and to vent about the Administrative Procedures Act. These are real things that control us. Now they're lying dormant. So we should move, because the time is now. I wish you all the best. Thank you.